There are 16 teams still playing basketball in the 4A classification in the PIAA state playoffs. 3 of them come from District 11. 2 are here tonight at Reading High School. Doubleheader of Sweet 16 action featuring the runners-up out of District 11, the Bangor Slaters, with a school record 26 victories under their belt, taking on newly crowned District 1 champion Plymouth Whitemarsh. The Colonials also 26-2 on the year. Very pleasant good evening and welcome to the Geigel Complex. Mike Zambelli joined by Rich Baxa, one of the more familiar venues in all the history of state playoff basketball, as we get ready to tee up this doubleheader here tonight. Take a look at Jim D'Onofrio and his Colonials. 26-2, they beat Chester in the District 1 final, had their way with Lebanon in the opening round of this tournament. Rich, tonight we are going to see Xavier Malone, one of the top players in the state of Pennsylvania. What does he do well?
The 6'4 senior tri-captain, Mike, is a scoring point guard. He's averaging 20 points a game. He has all the attributes of a point guard, but he has the mindset of a scorer. Young man is able to shoot the jump shot inside and outside the arc, has the ability to take it to the basket with the dribble, and also knows how to facilitate the ball to his teammates. With his length and size, he also is a solid defender.
Well, for Brown Holland and his Slaters, it's pretty well documented. It's a tall order for them here tonight. This would be a big upset in this tournament. Coach Holland, as a player at his alma mater at Bangor in 1988, got the program to this round. Rich, how do they go about pulling this upset off? Of course, it'll have to center around their second all-time leading scorer in Michael Martino.
Yeah, Martino is going to be the leader on both the offense and defensive end. He's a 1,000-point scorer. He's upped his average in the playoffs to 19 points a game. Excellent in terms of his ball handling skills, Mike. They're going to have to play a patient, slow down, control type of basketball. Shot selection is going to be very important, but Michael Martino, he is the cornerstone on both the offense and defensive end.
Simon Gratz, our Lancaster McCaskey, awaits the winner of this one. Here we are traveling that magical road to Hershey. We'll meet your starting lineups. Bangor, Plymouth, Whitemarsh. Stay with us here on TV2 Sports.
My daughter's life was saved.
I almost lost my mom.
She wouldn't have lived without it.
It saved his life.
Where you donate really does matter. 100% of the blood transfused at your hospital comes from Miller Keystone Blood Center.
Thank you, Miller Keystone.
Thank you, Miller Keystone Blood Center.
Thank you, Miller Keystone.
Out of the goodness of your heart.
Miller Keystone Blood Center. Donate today.
Get the Hyundai you want at a price you can afford at the Valley's only zero-down Hyundai dealers. Save thousands on a brand new Hyundai or put zero money down, sign and drive away in a brand new Elantra, Sonata, or all-wheel drive Santa Fe. With guaranteed credit approval and our exclusive $2,000 Super Club Savings Card, you've got to visit the Valley's Hyundai leader. Lehigh Valley Hyundai on the Lehigh Street Auto Mile or Phillipsburg Easton Hyundai just off the Peaburg exit of I-78.
Some people think Allstate only protects your car. Here's the truth. Allstate can also protect your home or apartment, as well as your boat, motorcycle, RV, and snowmobile, and even your retirement and your life. Not many insurance companies can say that, but Allstate can.
Please contact our team at the Pat Boyle Allstate Agency, serving the Lehigh Valley with all of your insurance needs.
I didn't know you guys were watching last night. Thank you guys.
What are you talking about, Steph?
I had that 27-10 last night, and today, chicken curry.
I don't think
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Who was that guy? I don't know.
ESPN, serving sports fans everywhere.
Brought to you locally by Lehigh Valley Health Network, the official medical provider for the Eastern PA Conference Championship Series, helping athletes get stronger faster.
This tip-off is brought to you by Kleckner & Sons Appliances, the leader in sales and service for over 70 years.
Famed Geigel Complex, the Reading Red Knights held a final workout on their way up to Pottsville's Martz Hall. We'll have them later on tonight against Emmaus. Wall-to-wall coverage of the PIAA tournament continues here on TV2 Sports. Let's pause for a moment and honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Overhead Door Company once again bringing us our keys to the game.
You look at Plymouth Whitemarsh, they want to play at a pace with discipline and contest the threes. Bangor's keys are handle the pressure, get open shots, and be physical.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Overhead Door bringing us the keys to the game. Jim D'Onofrio in his 18th season. Here is our Lehigh Valley Health Network starting lineups for the Slaters. Reese Jones, Michael Martino, Seth and Dylan Benton, and Anthony Chavone rounding out their starting five. Oakley Spencer, Xavier Malone, Kevin Ashenfelter, Devin Burrell, and Mike Latito will get the start tonight for the Colonials of Plymouth Whitemarsh. Jim D'Onofrio assisted by James Shin, Mike McClure, C.J. Hahnemann, and Mark Berman. 26-2 their overall record. Coach D'Onofrio in his 18th year, 379 and 126. They won the state championship in 2010 when they came back to atone for one of their losses. They lost to Penwood in the district final and came back and beat Penwood in the championship 58-51. He's guided this program to the district championship, and they have won 12 league titles in his 18 years. Of course, coming out of District 1, you run into some very familiar programs and long-standing successes as well. You beat Chester in the District 1 final. That's a nice mark to put on your resume. For the Bangor Slaters, they're the visitors here tonight. Bron Holland, his 9th year, 154 and 68. He was 72 and 36 at Pocono Mountain East overall, 226 career wins. Joined on the bench by Greg Hartman, Mark Chavone, Colin Kressler, Jared Rudolph, Brian Bergstall, and Asher Chavone. Coach Holland also serves as the school's athletic director, so he's been an awful busy guy. But make no mistake about it, he is more than excited to have this Slater program in this historic venue for the first time in their history, Rich.
Yeah, there's certainly a task ahead of him tonight, Mike. They're going to be challenged in terms of some of the skill positions out there, but we're going to see two of the better point guards playing a game of basketball, in Michael Martino and, as we mentioned in our open, Malone certainly getting a good look from a number of colleges, and we know he is a Rider recruit right now.
John Pacheski, John Callahan, and Ryan Erie, your three-men officiating crew. They are from District 2. Slaters opened the year winning their first 10 games, lost to Salisbury, won 15 in a row, including a victory over the Falcons in the championship game of the Colonial League, 56-46. Beat Whitehall, Pocono Mountain West in the District 11 tournament before falling to Parkland 68-49. Rebounded to beat CB East in the opening round of this tournament by 20, 57-37. So Bron Holland and the Slaters are ready to go. I think one of the things really to keep an eye on early, can the Slaters be physical enough with the basketball, Rich, and with the dribble and their passing to fend off Plymouth Whitemarsh. That'll be something to keep your eye on early. If they can create some looks at threes, who knows? They have some sharpshooters in Martino and Reese Jones, and they have some guys that can make them from beyond the arc. Anthony Chavone has 24 threes on the year. The right to move on to the Final Eight of the state playoffs, and the Slaters win the tip, and Anthony Chavone gives them a 2-0 lead.
I think it's so important for the Slaters to get off to a good start on both ends of the court, and that way they can control the tempo or the pace of this game. Slaters in their zone matchup, little 2-3 match zone.
Yeah, asked Coach Holland if they'd be playing man tonight. He said, boy, I sure hope not. Working the baseline is number 30. That is Devon Burrell. Burrell's a 6'3 senior, averages 5 points a game, and there is that full court pressure that you knew was coming if you were Bron Holland.
Now they're going to see a variety. That's the diamond press at 3-quarter, the man-to-man, the 3-1-1. This team has a variety of pressure sets, Mike, and they like to turn you over and get those live ball turnovers and turn them into points.
Kevin Aschenfelter has drawn the assignment of Michael Martino. Squeezes off a mid-range jumper off the mark, rebounded by number 5, Xavier Malone, one of the tri-captains and a first-team all-league performer, along with Mike Latito. Latito number 35. Aschenfelter looking to go inside. Slaters stepping in front was Dylan Benton.
Good defense there, good rotation on the zone. Colonials will stick down to their man-to-man D.
I think the one thing we have learned, Rich, in following this Bangor team, when we watch them come up short against Parkland as they turn it over, they are not afraid. They're not afraid to be on this stage, and that is one thing that'll bode well for them. Watched them in warm-ups. They warmed up confidently. After a pretty decent start here. We'll turn it over here. Chavone had nowhere to go with the basketball. They've turned it over twice.
That, in addition to the fact that Plymouth Whitemarsh sometimes plays a little bit out of control. They're not that disciplined sometimes in their transition game, and as a result, that'll keep the Slaters, if they can match that intensity, as you meant, the physicality on both the offense and defensive boards, they certainly have an opportunity here to put in some good basketball.
Rebound tapped around, controlled by the Colonials. Any kind of near break-even statistic in terms of rebounding would be a good night. That's a 2-point field goal for Malone. He averages 21 points a game. That is his 36th three of the season. And he's coming off 2 beautiful games. Scored 29 against Chester and followed that up with 30 against Lebanon. Michael Martino doing what he does best with a 3, his 46th of the year.
As you can see, Plymouth Whitemarsh wants to speed up the Slaters. Slaters are doing a good job so far. They said in the open, the shot selection and pace are critical for the Slaters to keep that under control.
Malone handling at the offensive end. Player just fell down. Martino has it. That's 3 turnovers. But the Slaters give it right back. Boy, no room to get fancy against these guys. Latito couldn't convert. And a rebounding foul. This one will be on Plymouth Whitemarsh.
There's the theft as we see again. Good job by Latito. Kind of a wild shot there with the left hand. Tried to get it up high off the glass, and second chance rebound foul. So Slaters will maintain possession, getting a different look. Now we see the man-to-man. This is a run and jump defense. You'll see it.
Martino deals back out. This is Seth Benton. Those are the shots that the Slaters will be trying to create. Get into the teeth of that defense and then kick to the perimeter. Malone.
2 for 2.
Quickly the other way. Full
Yes.
scholarship to Rider University. 1,000-point career scorer.
Yeah, he's smooth and nice rhythm to his jump shot. 2 for 2 so far in this evening.
Martino again able to set up a shot for Dylan Benton.
Slaters don't want to rush this shot.
Slaters rebounding the miss by the Colonials. Martino. Loose ball rebound. They might get something here on the Slaters. Look like Seth Benton with a hold. It is on Benton, his first, team's first.
That sequence right there, we're fortunate to get the ball back. No one underneath for that rebound. And I think there's where a little bit of there's a good theft.
Correct myself, that foul is on Spencer for Plymouth Whitemarsh, but they get it right back. Ashenfelter, 6'2" senior, cashing in on the turnover.
And that's their strength, Mike, their ability to turn you over and then turn those live ball turnovers into baskets.
Slater's working it past midcourt. Again, an open look. This is Reese Jones. Offensive rebound. Benton doesn't get the roll, but to the free throw line will go the 6'4" junior.
Good effort there by Benton. They work on that offensive boards, and he had good position that time, and that was a good sequence for them because now they have some rebounding power underneath. As you saw Seth Benton there do a good job of drawing the foul. He'll get a chance to shoot too.
4 juniors and a senior in their starting lineup. 26-2 for the Slaters. 26 wins, the most in school history. Winning their 7th Colonial League championship earlier this season. Benton able to cash in from the free throw line. Slaters within 1 here, approaching the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Knocked out of bounds and will stay with the Colonials. And you look at what Bangor's been able to do over the last couple of weeks as we get a timeout. You get the sense that, you look at their wins, Rich, 58-43, 56-46, 53-49, 57-40, 57-37. I think they want to keep the score in the 50s and 40s here tonight.
Yeah, I like what Ron Holland has done with that matchup zone. The scouting report is in, and he knows, and his players know who the scorers are in that offense by the Colonials, and does a good job of rotating, putting pressure on the scorers, and giving that weak side help a chance to cover up inside. So far, nice job in the overall defensive scheme.
Who did Ron Holland replace as head coach at his alma mater, Bangor High School? Our Atlanta Bus trivia question tonight. Who did Ron Holland replace as head coach of the Slaters? Graduate of Bangor, 1988. Originally went to St. Bonaventures before transferring to LaSalle. A great career in Philadelphia. Going to the NCAA tournament in 3 straight years. This team's gotten off to a pretty good start here, Rich.
This is perfect for them.
Tempo's been good. 3-point field goal off the mark. Martino there for the rebound. And they even get into their pressure sets, even off misses. And Martino in some trouble and will turn it over. Relentless pressure. And Malone winds up with the basketball. And now kicking out to the perimeter. Malone working the offensive board.
Excellent rebound is Malone. And certainly that's their strength too. They can get those second and third opportunities. And there's where the Slaters are going to have to sit on some legs and some box out, making sure they can limit them in the course of this game.
Mentioned the officials from District 2. They're letting them play a little bit here tonight, Rich. That's not a good sign for the Slaters. Am I correct?
Correct. The size and length of the Colonials favors them, no doubt in my mind. But right now they're doing a good job of communicating in that match, and I like that. They squeeze when they have to, and they extend when necessary.
Latito. Colonials will create another opportunity. Latito stretching to the basket. 6'6" senior. He is some kind of young man. He's an AP scholar athlete. He hasn't decided on college yet. Might go to Princeton for academics. Johns Hopkins or Haverford maybe to continue to play basketball. He's already been accepted at William & Mary as a Jefferson Scholar.
Now here's a key part for the Slaters, Mike. They really have to do a good job here coming aggressively for the basketball. And don't be too quick to put it on the floor. Here's the catch, turn and see what's there. Now use the dribble. Now, again, that's smart. Crossing the guards will take away the double team in the backcourt. Nicely done.
Slaters get it into the front court.
That's the idea. Back it off, make them play defense now. They're in their man-to-man.
A bit of a delay here, but the ball poked loose. Martino
help
quickly there. Yeah, he took a pretty good shot. I was going to say, if they let that go, And took a shot across the...
You take that away from the Colonials, and now you can play with them. This is the heart of their offense. They get a lot of points by their pressure. And right now, Slaters are doing a pretty good job of maintaining their composure.
Tito picking up the personal foul, his first. Just under a minute and a half to go, opening quarter. First of two, Parkland and Ridley. Still to come tonight. We'll have same night coverage tonight of Emmaus and Reading. Wall-to-wall coverage of the PIAA playoffs. Also on Channel 50, 3A girls action as Anthony Chavone buries a three.
Excellent ball movement that time. They beat the double team, and then they took the ball to reverse it. Usually when you reverse the basketball, good things happen. They made the right pass. Chavone stepped into a nice three ball.
5 big points in this opening quarter for Chavone. He was held scoreless. Look at the block, but a foul down low. Benton got it clean up top.
Well, I don't even know if it's down low that he caught.
Yeah.
Boy, that was excellent work by Dylan Benton. There it is right there, and that's a tough call. He timed it perfectly as Malone went up. I thought he got all ball. Fisher viewed it differently, but good defensive effort by the Slaters now. They're attacking the Colonials and saying we can play with you. Benton
at 6'4", using that long reach. He's second on the team in block shots with 28. His brother Seth leads the team with 31. Malone to the free throw line, has made the first. Those 2 free throws, the difference of the game right now. 12-10, Plymouth Whitemarsh.
Side, middle, and back. That's what you'll see all the time. Someone on the side, someone coming to the middle, and the reverse if necessary. There's the middle. Good job of breaking it down. As soon as they get an opportunity, they'll double you.
Dangerous pass, and Malone has the basketball. Chavone trying to commit the foul prior to the shot. And now called over to the bench. Ron Holland, boy, Chavone didn't score in their win against CB East, but did he make 2 signature plays on the hustle end? That's a dangerous pass right from the start, Coach.
Yeah, the reverse pivot, he lost sight of where everybody was, and then he tried to make a bounce pass across about a 17-foot area. That spelled turnover all over it.
Malone, one of the tri-captains, along with Spencer and Latito. Start 5 seniors. Out of bounds, possession arrow, or actually it was last touched by Bangor. Min Williams inbounds. They check the scoreboard here, up over center court. That can be unusual for teams. They don't see that throughout the course of the year, to have to look up over center court to check the time. And there are no clocks down along the court. I think they have a foul on Plymouth Whitemarsh off the ball. So with 9.8 to go, Latito picks up number 2.
Latito trying to create a screen for Malone coming off of the baseline, and did a good job of, again, fighting through the screen. He moved, and as a result, they turned it over. 9.8 seconds, more than enough time for the Slaters to get a good look.
6'9" freshman Naheem McLeod has checked in. Martino in a hurry, attacking, finds an opening and lays it up and in. Michael Martino brings the first quarter to a close. The Slaters hanging tough. They're within 1 at 13-12.
At Vinart's all-new Phillipsburg Easton Hyundai, you'll find great people in a great location ready to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. We'll give you the information you need to make an informed decision. Owe more for your trade than it's worth? We can help. Bad credit? We can help. Need a lower payment? We can help. And unlike the competition, when you choose us, you get Hyundai's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and our exclusive owner benefits package, standard with every purchase. Get all the facts at PEHyundai.com.
Atlanta Bus trivia question. Ron Holland, who did he replace here at head coach of the Slaters? Answer was Mark Blau, who was an assistant coach when he played. Coach Blau was here for 4 years, 2004 to 2007. Prior to that, it was Troy Rook, who took over for legendary and longtime head coach Bill Pencil.
We talk about a turnover ratio there. And we're going to get a good look at Martino now on the bounce tip, breaking down the press. And defense kind of faked to come over, took it strong to the window and got it done. Nicely done by Michael Martino.
Rich, Ron Holland talked about coming into this game here and taking it one possession at a time.
Exactly.
Quite a good start for the first quarter. Break it down into segments, as you always talk about, and a terrific first 8 minutes for Bangor to trail by 1 here.
There you see the field goals, 4 for 10 for obviously Bangor and 5 for 11 for the Colonials. Bangor turned the ball over 6 times in that first quarter, but the Colonials were only capitalized with 3 points. So there's where the trouble starts, and he's capable of, I was going to say, the one-hand flush, as Malone shows you his athleticism and extends the lead to 3.
Malone has 9. Benton this time able to get it past midcourt. Just inside the arc, he was off the mark. Oakley Spencer on the rebound. Spencer, 6'2" senior, honorably mentioned. Suburban 1 American Division, or conference. Plymouth Whitemarsh among the historic programs in District 1. 24 Suburban 1 American Conference titles, 19 District 1 semifinals, 11 times they've been to the championship game. Chavon, somebody better come and help him out, and it is Benton. Dillon trying to turn the corner and does so successfully. Foul on Naheem McLeod.
Nice job again of Dylan Benton, and that's the patience and poise that they're going to have to demonstrate. He's taking the big guy to the glass and has him on his back. He's got him chasing him, and that's exactly what you do to the big man. He had a good first step, Benton did, and then nice job of getting it and finishing it in traffic, so he'll get a chance to put one more up with a foul shot. Nicely done.
Well, one of the things, there's Coach Blau. Mark Blau, he was an assistant under Bill Pencil when Coach Holland was a star player here. They won the district title. But one of the things Coach Holland talked about coming into this one, Rich, with his bigs, was he wanted them to go with authority to the basket, and Benton did exactly that on that play.
The bigs are living up to what Coach Ron Holland asked them to do, is be competitive on both ends of the court and be physical with the Colonials, and they're competing and doing a good job at this point.
6:21 to go, second quarter. Slaters are dead even with the District 1 champs at 15 apiece. Chavon now asked to handle the full court pressure, and the 5'10" junior will hustle a foul out of Xavier Malone. That is number 2 on Malone. I think one of the key things, Rich, is perhaps seeing a little frustration here from the team in white.
And as a result, now their best player has 2 fouls, and he's not going to be as aggressive. We got a lot of basketball left of us, and anytime he's not involved in the offense, that's going to put more pressure on other people to step up, and he has been the centerpiece of their offense throughout the better part of this season.
Chavon, a 58% free throw shooter. Had 7 points against Parkland in the district title game. He had a 10-point effort against Pocono Mountain West, so he is capable of getting points, and he has 6 of them now here this evening. The Slaters by 1.
And this zone is giving them a little trouble because they don't have a lot of people, Mike, that can knock it down from the perimeter. They really have to get something going to the basket, and if you can keep Malone from attacking those gaps and finding open players either in the paint or for that short-range jump shot, that's pretty good D.
Malone's a little out of control here, and will turn it over. Chavon with the basketball. Martino now trying to shake the defense. Foul coming up on Plymouth Whitemarsh.
I think they've rattled the Colonials. They're not playing in rhythm, and right now, mentally, they're a little out of their out of the game. Chavon, good hands on defense, give it up to Martino. Martino again, good decision to try and force the defense to commit. Gets a chance to get to the charity stripe to shoot too.
1,170 career points, second only to his head coach, Bron Holland, in terms of career points at Bangor High School. 5'11" senior, first team All-Colonial League, gets 1 of 2 from the line. And the Slaters lead it by a pair, 17-15. Amin Williams into the game. Coach Holland felt that made the Colonials a little bit more athletic when he's in there. Whistle and a foul coming up on the Slaters.
And as you can see, they're kind of reluctant, Mike. They had a 3, they turned it down. They had a mid-range jump shot, they turned it down. Again, the efficiency of this team is to work that inside offense as much as possible and get within 6-8 feet of the basket.
Well, you make a good point, Rich. There's no question that Bangor defensively has the Colonials out of rhythm and off balance. And a foul here in transition. There's a lot of hands on hips, a lot of head shaking for Jim D'Onofrio's Colonials, and I think he sees the same thing as he's going to call a timeout.
Actually got away with a walk there, but as you mentioned, there's the reach. I mean, these are obvious fouls, and that's putting the Slaters at the charity stripe to build their lead without any interference and an opportunity to take advantage of the stripe.
Talked a little bit the history of this Colonials program. 6 District 1 championships, 1963, 64, 74, and 75, 1998. This one this year, the first, dating back to 1998. Of course, we talked about the powerful programs that come out of District 1, Chester, of course, being one of them, Lower Merion being another, but this team has been a big part of it. 27 state tournament appearances, 8 state semifinals, 4 state finals, 3 championships, 1963, 1997, and of course we talked about the one in 2010 when they were able to knock off Penwood 58-51. That Penwood team had just beaten Liberty and eliminated them in the 2010 tournament. Martino knocks down the first free throw.
Yeah, so important now at this stage of the game that the Slaters might take advantage of the fouls that are occurring and the opportunities they're getting to go to that line, as he missed the second of the 2-shot foul.
Martino made 12 of 15 free throws against Pocono Mountain West, part of a 26-point effort. 16 teams in this classification, 3 from District 11. Emmaus will have them coming up later on this evening. They're at Pottsville's Martz Hall against Reading. We were privileged to watch Reading loosen up here before they hit the road for Pottsville. Hustling after that rebound was Williams. He's only a sophomore. Boy, the Colonials really getting an awful lot of opportunities. Yeah, Amin Williams, 4.9 a game.
Good hustle on his part, Mike. He kept that ball alive twice for them to get that third chance and in the 2 points, but they struggle from the perimeter. Slater's got to do a better job of locating the rebounders and keeping them off the glass.
Look at Benton attack the glass. Held ball, possession arrow in favor of Plymouth Whitemarsh.
Nice bounce pass, good feed, good use of the left hand. Just a tad off on the little baby hook in the paint there, but getting good position, going inside. I like the offensive attack of the Slaters.
Now you saw Latito, he had a lay off playing with the 2 fouls. Slaters just did not convert. Here's Latito at the offensive end. Nice up and under move for the 6'6" senior. He has 4 points, averaging 10 a game.
That's Latito's game, Mike, in the paint area. He's not going to take anything outside that paint area. And here again, the composure of the Slaters on the offensive end is going to be so important.
Chavon trying to turn the corner, has it blocked. Benton has the rebound. Bangor will turn it over. Pace just a little bit too quick for the Slaters in that sequence.
Yeah, Reese Jones turned it over, took the extra step, and that's what the Colonials want to do. Up-tempo you, play at a pace you're not comfortable with and force those turnovers.
3:32 to go. You talk about, again, I'll go back to what Coach Holland's thinking, breaking the game down in segments. Can they close out this first half? Still within one. Malone.
Ooh.
Another offensive rebound starting to become a real factor in this first half. Malone, a little jab step, but nowhere to go and checks off.
They're still doing a good job in that 2-3. The only thing is when you're in the zone, rebounding is difficult when bodies are in motion, and therefore, again, you got to locate them, though, to prevent those second and third opportunities.
I'm being told that Malone, Plymouth Whitemarsh, has 15 rebounds. And Williams, a factor off the bench to extend the Colonials' lead to 3.
Help them. Well, there's another theft. This is where they can produce points.
Yeah, just out-muscled him.
Yeah.
Plymouth Whitemarsh imposing their will right now on the Slaters. Here's Williams. Seth Benton securing the rebound. Benton averaging close to 5 a game. Has 3 here this evening. A very timely 3 for Ben Holland. 5'8" freshman, the coach's son. His 28th of the year, and does it come at a good time for the Slaters?
And Martino, again, did a good job of keeping the dribble alive, and then you're going to see, as you mentioned, Ben Holland, there he is, gets the good look. Nice stroke there for the freshman as Ben Holland buries the 3 to get his team knotted at 21 apiece. And you would have told Bron Holland, 2 minutes left in the second quarter, he'd go in the locker room tied. He'd be take it and be very happy with the effort that his Slaters put out, Mike.
He's got 2 minutes to get to that locker room yet tied, but they are right now. 4 ties, 5 lead changes. Ben Holland, a 5'8" freshman.
Yeah, the only thing that's really hurt them at times, Mike, well, 2 areas, and I'm sure Coach Holland's going to address it. One, rebounding, we talked about that, and those turnovers. They really got to be aggressive on the ball because they're going to come after you with that, I call it that grab and strip mentality where they're going to try to get those quick turnovers for easy points in transition.
Well, as we're all aware here, an unseasonably warm day outside, 79, 80 degrees. And it is getting warm in here. I think Coach Holland's going to shed a few pounds tonight. Malone, the little step back, boy, he can make it look easy. That's 11 for Xavier Malone. Breaks the tie, 23-21. Minute and a half to go till intermission. Holland thought about launching a 3, but good closeout. Here he is on the run, rebounding his own miss.
Youngster did a good job there. A little runner in the lane and a little more aggressive and got the rebound. And Slaters aren't backing down. They're doing a nice job of constantly trying to attack the basket on the offensive end. They got him spread out a little bit now.
5'8" freshman Ben Holland has a lot of his dad in him. He isn't afraid, is he?
No.
Looking to the basket to try and launch another 3. He's going to get a chance here. That's Chabot! Anthony Chabot didn't score against CBEs. He gives the Slaters a 1-point edge.
I believe unofficially his second 3 ball, and certainly again dialed in, and that's a great option to get Chabot involved in the offense.
His playoff high again was Pocono Mountain West, where he had 10. He had 9 against Saucon Valley in the Colonial League semifinals. And Holland has a steal. And if the Slaters can hang on to the ball, they're going to have a halftime lead here, whether it be 1, 3, or 4, depending if they can convert. Benton going to the basket. Finger roll is up and in. Dylan Benton with the conversion. 4 now for Benton. And the Slaters with a takeaway. Martino trying to get one more look at it. Bangor surprising Plymouth Whitemarsh with a 3-point halftime lead.
all-new Rothrock isn't just new cars. We're your certified pre-owned super center. Only the finest late model vehicles can be certified, and only after passing a comprehensive 125-point inspection. Certified pre-owned means the cream of the crop at Rothrock. Over 300 cars, trucks, SUVs, and more. And if you don't see your next car here, we'll find it. Don't settle for used. Buy with confidence and put a certified smile on your face at Rothrock Pre-Owned Super Center.
At the Clubhouse Grill, you're always a regular. Because of the Clubhouse Grill, it's your food, your team, your place. Enjoy your game from every angle while relishing in victory or soaking in the agony of defeat. The Clubhouse Grill is located on the Bethlehem Golf Club and always offers daily specials on food and drinks. So come to the place where everyone really does know your name. The Clubhouse Grill, where you're always a regular.
When it comes to hauling any kind of junk, nobody does it faster and cheaper than Mart's Disposal Service. We clean basements, attics, and garages at unbeatable prices. Mart's also does excavating, pool digging, and tree removal. Call us today. Now's the time to get rid of that junk you've been wanting to get rid of. You'll be happy with Mart's fast, reliable service at a price that can't be beat. Call Mart's and watch that old junk just disappear. Remember, nobody does it faster or cheaper than Mart's Disposal Service.
Better hurry, hun. Don't want to miss the bus.
Don't worry. Just check Lance's bus tracker app. It's on time. And so am I.
When you download the Lanta Bus smartphone app, you can check the arrival time of your next bus in real time. You can also check bus arrivals on your non-smartphone by texting or right from your computer. Download your Lanta Bus Tracker app at your favorite app store or from lantabus.com.
I love this bus tracker app.
Kleckner & Sons asks, what do you want in new appliances? Do you want GE's gas, electric, convection, induction, stainless steel, slate, French door, Energy Star, top load, front load, high efficiency, or huge capacity?
I want it all. Yeah, I want everything.
GE and GE Profile appliances are designed to reflect the modern approach to style, with clean lines and a streamlined look for today's kitchens.
At Kleckner & Sons.
Get the Hyundai you want at a price you can afford at the Valley's only zero-down Hyundai dealers. Save thousands on a brand new Hyundai or put zero money down, sign and drive away in a brand new Elantra, Sonata, or all-wheel drive Santa Fe. With guaranteed credit approval and our exclusive $2,000 Super Club savings card, you've got to visit the Valley's Hyundai leader. Lehigh Valley Hyundai on the Lehigh Street Auto Mile or Phillipsburg Easton Hyundai just off the Peaburg exit of I-78.
Not adjust your television set. Bangor, just honorably mentioned among the state's top-ranked team, and they are giving Plymouth Whitemarsh, ranked in the top 5, all they can handle here tonight. Slaters by 3 as we welcome you back to our perch here right above the one corner of the Geigel complex. Rich, what did we see here in this first half here from the Slaters? Certainly, I think the number one thing that really sticks out, they're not undaunted here. They're not afraid here, and they are ready to compete.
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of confidence and a lot of energy. Two things I like. They're attacking that pressure. They turned the ball over quite a few times in the first quarter, but I thought they did a much better job of taking care of the basketball the second. And their defense, that 2-3 match, has created problems for the Colonials.
Certainly has, and the other thing we talked about is offensively, if they were going to be successful, dribble, drive, penetration, and kick to those open three-point shooters, and they made enough of them in that first half.
Did a nice job of doing that, Mike, and showing the patience and the poise you need against pressure there. Here you're going to see, again, nice ball movement, and then, again, that was Martino finding a spot to step back and get a good look at it. Now you're going to see Chavone. He'll get a good look. Good ball reversal. We've said it all season long. You reverse the basketball, good things happen. And now here again, Holland comes in off the bench and gets a clean look, and the youngster's playing like a senior, not a freshman, with a lot of confidence. Martino, again, a good movement of the basketball. Doesn't give the man a chance to set up, and as a result, Chavone pours in another three. The Slaters had 4 threes, but all of them were clean looks.
And as you might expect, there's a lot of folks here from the Bangor area that are cheering on these young men here. 3-point lead for the Bangor Slaters. More to come when we return at halftime.
Just
Just a quick timeout to tell you about Rentschler's game plan.
That's right. No matter what you're looking for, Rentschler's got you covered.
With the best selection of Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Chevrolets, you'll find your first-round pick.
We have a scoring plan with low prices, great trade values, and thousands in incentives.
MVP towing to carry the load, and first-team gas mileage to get you to the game and back.
Gentlemen, you're agreeing?
Sure! Because it doesn't matter what you're looking for.
Rentschler's got it.
Only minutes away in Slatington.
Stop in today.
Do you know Cliff? Cliff & Company at ABE Car Care have always had the Lehigh Valley's auto repair needs covered. Cliff knows vehicles. He's at home on the racetrack, in the pit, and at either of ABE Car Care's Allentown locations. Want expert care to make your ride last? Get it in gear and come see Cliff and the gang at ABE Car Care.
Tune-ups, brakes, mufflers, inspections, and much more. Car Care Plus, only at ABE Car Care Centers.
Even on the most perfect day, the unexpected can happen. But with just one call to their local Red Ribbon expert at Overhead Door, they can get their garage door fixed or replaced in a jiffy.
Call Overhead Door of Allentown today at 610-262-3530 or visit us online.
Since 1937, Walters Pharmacy has been making life easier for you, the name you trust most when you need your prescription filled. That's because getting your prescription right is our #1 priority, and only Walters Pharmacy delivers anywhere in Allentown for free. Our wide selection of health products and mobile equipment, as well as our convenient hours, make Walters Pharmacy the fast and convenient choice.
I went to Walters Pharmacy and they were able to supply all of my child's needed medications.
I call Walters Pharmacy for all my prescriptions and healthcare items and have them delivered to my door.
Walters Pharmacy in Allentown.
So your company has a logo. The question is, how do you promote it? At Corporate Images, we'll help you discover just that. Our team will outfit your staff and workspace with high-quality products, including custom embroidered clothing, work uniforms, and promotional items. Everything you need to successfully brand your business. It's all done in the Lehigh Valley, so wherever you work, we'll get the job done.
Give us a call today to see how we can promote your logo and company.
Corporate Images, your logo is our business.
At Vinart's all-new Phillipsburg Easton Hyundai, you'll find great people in a great location ready to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. We'll give you the information you need to make an informed decision. Owe more for your trade than it's worth? We can help. Bad credit? We can help. Need a lower payment? We can help. And unlike the competition, when you choose us, you get Hyundai's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and our exclusive owner benefits package, standard with every purchase. Get all the facts at PEHyundai.com.
Rothrock Motors with our first half highlights.
Good passing inside there as Burrell gets him off to us. The senior gets a nice little baseline J to get him started. Then the quick hands and the good defense that time by Lotito. Nice job there again of finishing. There's the theft by Malone. He'll with the one-hand flush in transition. That's their bread and butter. But the Slaters had an answer for the first half. The patience and poise against pressure. There you see number 23 doing a nice job getting to the basket. That was Benton Dillon doing a good job. Martino sets up Ben Holland for this three ball. Young man's playing with a lot of confidence as he nails his first three. Good ball movement again, getting Chavone a nice look from the perimeter. Good job of the Slaters for that first half of just keeping their composure, moving the basketball. Now their individual talent show. Dylan Benton showing you how you can get to the window, finish, and draw a foul. So offensively, stayed under control. Defensively, good pressure out of that 2-3, Mike.
Here's the shooting. Bangor at 40%. They have all the threes in the game as the Colonials are 0 for 7. Free throw advantage for the Slaters as well. Rebounding's a concern for Bron Holland. They're getting beat up there a little bit. Points in the paint, as you might expect, an advantage to Plymouth Whitemarsh, and points off turnovers also an advantage as well. Quickly now the individual scoring in that half. Chavone with 9, Martino 7, Benton with 4, Holland with that big 3, and Seth Benton has a pair. Malone has 11, Latito 4, and Ashenhelter, Williams, and Burrell have chipped in with 2. What do you see here, Rich, to start this third quarter?
Well, again, the pressure they're going to see, they have to maintain their pressure. Did a better job of not turning the ball over. 6 turnovers the first quarter for the Slaters, only 2 the second. So keep the turnovers down, value the basketball. I like the pace of the game right now. That favors the Slaters.
And Plymouth Whitemarsh will immediately pick up at midcourt. Spencer drawing the assignment of Michael Martino. Chavon's pass is knocked free, and the Slaters will turn it over in their first possession of the quarter. Good effort defensively there by number 10, that is Kevin Aschenfelter. 6 points a game for him. He hasn't had a lot of good looks at threes. He's their leader in three-point shooting with 40 on the year. Spencer handles, goes to Latito.
He's not going to shoot that 15-foot jump shot, and the scouting report has indicated that. But that's where they're hurting them. The second and third chance points that they, by their size and length, they're cleaning up.
Sloppy start for the Slaters here as they turn it over again. Tied at 26. That shot blocked by Benton inside. It'll be Slater basketball.
Colonials have not had a lot of success of finding gaps and driving strong to the basket and finishing. Slaters have done a very good job of cutting off all penetration, especially for Malone. Malone makes a living on breaking your defense down with the dribble, drive, and distribution. They've limited his opportunities this evening.
Rich, what do you think the message was from Ron Holland to his team at halftime? I mean, really, when you look at it, and you look at the start of this half, they haven't played their best basketball. They didn't play great in that first half, still led by 3, and they've turned it over here now, and they're only down, as we've lost the scoreboard.
I think it's down 2.
There, we got it back.
Or tied right now, or down 2. But you're right, Micah. They're not playing their best basketball, yet they're still in this game. So they keep their composure, and they get back to running their offense efficiently and aggressively attacking that press.
Pretty sure we're tied at 26 right now. They're
discussing it there. I think you're right.
Well, and now our scorer is saying that we have it right at 26-25. It was 26-23 at halftime, and now they have made the adjustment up there with the Slaters. Now they have a 26-25, 6:57 to go in the third quarter. That's the one concern. The other is that the lights going out on the entire scoreboard. Mike Latito, the 6'6" senior we talked about, AP Scholar athlete. He's a matchup problem, Coach.
Yes, he is, and his strength, Mike, is inside the paint. Notice everything, he'll take it. They know offensively that this is where he's going to get his points. He works hard. Good job of watching work on the offensive board. Nice tap going inside. So Latito does a good job of playing within the framework of his talents, and that's in the paint.
So they've made the necessary adjustment, 26-25, Slaters. Plymouth Whitemarsh will have the basketball. Their only losses of the year to Upper Merion, 57-13, and they lost to CB West, 53-46 in overtime, a win that they would atone, or a loss, I should say, that they would atone for in the District 1 playoffs. Latito a bucket and a foul, and he'll step to the free throw line to try and complete the three-point play. Pretty obvious that Jim D'Onofrio talked about, let's get our bigs involved in this basketball game.
And did a nice job of getting behind the zone, and poor communication by the Slaters. Latito then taking full advantage of it and completes, or doesn't complete, the three-point play. So they've made some adjustments on the offensive end. Let's see if the Slaters now can do the same on this end and attack this man-to-man pressure.
Holland in the basketball game, has the basketball here, number 21. Martino trying to turn the corner. Nice extra pass. The Benton brothers sharing the basketball. It is Dylan on the score, Seth on the helper.
A nice spread of the offense.
But again, that offensive rebounding, and it's Latito.
He's having a field day in there, going unchecked, and that mentioned his size, the 6'6" forward, taking full advantage of his length.
Slater's not doing a good enough job of getting a body on him. Martino quickly relocating. Seth Benton with an offensive follow.
Nice job of Seth Benton, Mike. That was all positioning. Good job of putting the defender on his back so he can take it up strong and finish. Nicely done.
Seth is coming off his playoff high of 11 points. Also had double figures against Salisbury in the Colonial League Championship game. Mr. Malone has been a little quiet in the second half, but he gets a field goal. Lead now bouncing back and forth.
Good job of breaking the press, though. They're really getting comfortable against seeing that pressure now.
Martino checks off to Dylan Benton. Good look, wouldn't go for the Slaters.
Stop.
Good job getting the ball out of Malone's hands. Burrell has it near side, wheeling it inside, but misfiring with Spencer.
Really working the backside of that zone, and that's smart offense. They're not getting anything from the perimeter, so they're trying to put everything in the interior.
Chavon
has had the hot hand, that time a little short.
Ball fake and conversion for Latino, having a big third quarter.
He is the difference in terms of why the score is the way it is right now with a 3-point lead.
He has a dozen, 8 of them in this quarter. Chavon. Colonials are doing a better job of closing out on the arc. And taking it to the basket, Dylan Benton draws a foul.
Prior to the shot, so Slaters will take it out into their basket.
Holland. Just the 9th grader turns it over.
They have to change a pivot foot for the bounce pass. That's his first mistake. He's been playing solid ball for Dad.
I'll tell you the other thing that Coach Holland has these guys, you know, when they do make a mistake, Rich, their heads don't go down. They just fight a little harder on the next play. That's why they're playing second round of the state tournament for just the second time in school history and the first time since 1988.
And they're playing pretty tough basketball with District 1 champions. So they, right now, again, just continue to work hard on the defensive end and try to prevent those second and third chance points.
Largest lead of this game had been 3 points until that runner by Spencer. 5-point edge for the Colonials. Largest lead of the game.
And Spencer taking advantage of a nice gap or alley. Didn't get challenged, right to the glass for 2. Scoreboard's out again. Confusion reigns here.
Chavon in trouble. Turnover. Colonials the other way, missing the layup. Latino on the rebound, but fouled underneath.
Chavon gets stripped. Again, that's the raking and scraping defense with those hands. It's optional. You're going to get called fouls or not. They're letting them play, so you really have to do a good job of moving the basketball and protecting it at the same time.
Scoreboard problems once again. 3:11 to go here in the third. Parkland and Ridley, game number 2.
I believe there's a loose wire, and it looks like we got some tape.
There's a little testiness now going on.
Now they're getting ready to get them back in play. They're a little Band-Aid technique here. Make sure things stay in place.
Plymouth Whitemarsh ranked number 5 in the state. Bangor honorably mentioned. Parkland, the number 3 team, will play number 8 Ridley in the second half of this doubleheader. Roman Catholic defending champs, ranked number 2, has CB West. CB West, the team that handed this Colonials team one of their 2 losses. Latino. Williams, offensive rebound.
starting to take its toll now, those offensive putbacks. Give credit to the Colonials that they're doing everything, Mike, within a 10-foot area around the basket. They've given up on the perimeter.
Largest lead of the game. Bron Holland is claiming he got a timeout to try and save the turnover, but nobody recognized it. You're going to get a look. Look down the left. Look at how long.
And he has his hand up there.
Yep. But the officials didn't get it for him, and it'll be a turnover. And it results into a couple of points for the Colonials. 9-point lead for Plymouth Whitemarsh.
Yeah. Ahmad Williams, a 6'1 sophomore, has given them a spark on the offensive end. Another turnover now.
Slaters have just 4 points in the quarter. Bucket and a foul for Plymouth Whitemarsh.
And you can see how Plymouth Whitemarsh now can take over a basketball game with this pressure. Malone makes a good decision here. Latito gets another layup in transition and fouled. He's had a tremendous third quarter. He's been the difference, the 6'6 senior, putting up nice numbers for the Colonials.
Watching us live on a Wednesday night on Channel 50. S3 Charter North and Bethlehem Catholic 3A girls, to be followed by Southern Lehigh and Berks Catholic. Both live games on Channel 50. Later tonight here, we have Ridley and Parkland, Emmaus and Reading, Elmer Myers and Camp Hill. Here is your Rentschler Chevrolet state brackets. Upper part of the bracket. Winner here gets Simon Gratz or Lancaster McCaskey. Parkland Ridley for the right to move on against either CB West or Roman Catholic. Talking with the Plymouth Whitemarsh coaching staff, they're giving CB West a real chance to give Roman Catholic a good workout here tonight. Roman Catholic, the defending champions, they are ranked number 2 in the state. Alderdice, which is down in the lower part of the bracket, is the state's number 1 ranked team and has been for quite some time.
2:17 left in the third. So important now for the Slaters not to let this get, they're down 11, not to let this get too far out of hand. Regroup, try to cut it to single digit by the end of the quarter, and then do their best to work themselves back into this game in the fourth.
Well, they haven't lost their composure talking about Bangor, but they are getting manhandled pretty good right now, Rich.
Yep. And this man has been instrumental in doing it. Tito, as he misses the foul and the good hustle, Tito has the ball again.
Yeah, a little too long, a little too athletic, and that was a problem in the first half, as we mentioned. Slaters didn't play great in that first half to have a 3-point lead. Got beat up pretty good on the loose balls and the rebounding for sure. And that's really been a factor here in this third quarter. Yeah. And again, it is Williams with another offensive board.
Yeah, and the major difference, certainly Coach Benafaro made the commitment, Mike. In the first half, a lot of the things were coming from the perimeter, and that allowed the Slaters to get those long rebounds and limit a lot of the second chance points. Now everything is taking place in that low post area, the paint area as we call it, and as a result, they're capitalizing on it with their size and length.
Williams, twin brother, Amin, number 23, and number 25, Ahmad Williams, both sophomores. Ahmad listed at 6'1", Amin at 6 foot. And then number 23, Amin, averaging 4.9 a game. He comes into the game, and Colonials get a little bit more athletic, perhaps. Boy, Holland just muscling his way, a physical play to maintain possession. Boy, put an asterisk near Ben Holland's name there to save that possession. Loose ball, lost out of bounds. It'll stay with Plymouth Whitemarsh.
And Ben Holland did a nice job of taking the pressure and finishing there. You'll see it.
Jones going to wind up scoring for the Slaters.
And good delivery of the basketball under pressure, and nice job of breaking it down.
Jones, a freshman who's been getting some significant minutes over the last couple of contests. Another recurring theme. It's either an offensive follow or sending somebody to the free throw line. This time it is Ahmad Williams.
Yeah, Ahmad Williams and certainly Lotito have been instrumental in just dominating the offensive boards and giving their team numerous opportunities, multiple possessions, Mike, which end up either with baskets or foul shots.
Well, both very athletic, and Coach Holland shared with us that when these two guys come in, they do become a little bit more athletic of a team, and that has created problems for his Slaters. Approaching the 1 minute mark of this third quarter. Foul out near midcourt, becoming unglued for the Slaters. Trailing by 11. Ron Holland, we mentioned this is the second time in program history that they got to this part of the tournament. He was a senior in 1988. They beat Selinsgrove and then lost to Pottstown 58-55 in round 2. The date was March 16th, 1988. Coach had 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 block shots. 23-5, their final record. Wound up with a school record 1,619 career points and 1,023 rebounds.
That's the impressive part. Not only the scoring, but the rebounding that he did during his career. Colonials now will step back, up 11 with 41 seconds left. They'll try to break this matchup zone down. If they get something nice, they'll take it. If not, they'll play for the last shot.
Slaters have managed just 6 points in this quarter. There's another near finish on a rebound. Malone was able to get a hand on it. Holland in some trouble. They're going to pressure him out to midcourt. Shaky possession this is. And now Martino has it close to the basket to draw a foul. Boy, hanging on there. And Martino will go to the free throw line.
Well, I'll give them one thing. They pick up their dribbles sometimes a little too soon. But the good thing about what the Slaters are doing, nicely done, the pivoting. They keep pivoting and looking and holding the ball, taking it away from the defense, and that allows their teammates to go to open spots at least to try to get an option outlet there as Martino makes the first of the two-shot foul.
Colton Holland, 6'2 juniors, checks in for Bangor. Number 22, Cam Strohe, also trying to get in. Strohe, a senior at 6'2", represented the football program at the Scholar Athlete Dinner this past Sunday night. Plymouth Whitemarsh looking for more. Third quarter has come to an end, and it was a big one for the Colonials as they have opened up a 10-point lead, 43-33.
The all-new Rothrock isn't just new cars. We're your certified pre-owned super center. Only the finest late model vehicles can be certified, and only after passing a comprehensive 125-point inspection. Certified pre-owned means the cream of the crop at Rothrock. Over 300 cars, trucks, SUVs, and more. And if you don't see your next car here, we'll find it. Don't settle for used. Buy with confidence and put a certified smile on your face at Rothrock Pre-Owned Super Center.
12-14-7 for Bangor, 13-10, and a big 20-point third quarter for Plymouth Whitemarsh. They stretched it out to 10 points.
And for good as the Slaters did, Mike, in the second quarter of keeping those turnovers to a minimum, the Colonials really forced a number of turnovers and converted those turnovers into points. They did a good job with their pressure, and that along with the second chance points with the physicality of these Colonials on the offensive board has given them a 10-point spread.
Well, and that's the concern. If you're Ron Holland, you know that Jim D'Onofrio has the ability to be able to get guys to get after it. They're a little longer, a little taller, a little stronger. Start 5 seniors here as well, and they've created problems for the Slaters, particularly at this end of the court. I mean, Slaters are even having a hard time just catching the basketball and squaring to the basket. In the first half, they were able to get a little dribble drive penetration, and that opened it up on the perimeter, but that's not happening in the second half. Colonials use a timeout here. It'll be a full one. And Xavier Malone, 6'3" senior. You talked about him in the open. He has been as advertised.
Has a nice stroke from the perimeter. The lefty really knows how to pull up and take that mid-range jump shot, but also can shoot the three. And then the theft and the flush, showing you his athleticism in transition. And there you see, again, the quickness and the quick release on his part. Good defense here. You'll see, again, the opportunity to shoot the ball with the left hand. He takes it away from the defense, and here comes another turnover. And he shows you how to set the table, or give a helper there to Lotito to get the layup. So, young man living up to his reputation as being one of the best on the team.
Beat CB West 43-41 in the quarterfinals of the District 1 tournament, and then Lower Merion 53-42 in the semifinals, and then down Chester 68-57 in the finals. Just that stretch right there can define a season for teams, and they come out as the District 1 champions. Again, the winner of this one will get Simon Gratz, the number 3 team out of District 12, or number 7 out of District 3, Lancaster McCaskill. Slaters need someone to get a hot hand if they're going to make a run here. Down 10, largest lead of the game.
That first 3 or 4 minutes, it is so important for the Slaters. They really have to work hard to get something going to the basket. There you go. Now the kick out.
Largest lead of the game was 12.
Got a good shot. Seth Benton just couldn't convert.
Not getting too many second shot opportunities. In some trouble on the baseline. Good double team.
Good decision. The double team, and then he wonders why if Malone was out of bounds when he landed and then tried to throw it off of, let's see. Good double team. He's going to step out of bounds, and then he tries to. And the person was out of bounds to begin with, so it stays in their hands.
Chavone trying to get to the basketball. It was a dangerous pass, and will commit the foul.
That's his third.
Chavone is third, team 7th. Mean Williams back to the free throw line. 57% are there as a team at 70%. Foul on the pass off. That's team foul number 5 on the Colonials.
Basket and the stop will put him right back in this basketball game.
We were able to get a little flurry towards the end of the first half to open up a 3-point lead at intermission. Martino maneuvering. And he's being guarded. He's being guarded by 6'6" senior Mike Latino.
Oh, he's really forcing Latino to have to belly up to him because he's taking the ball, he's taking his body right into his, so when he elevates to shoot the ball, the contact is already there. Smart basketball on this part. Now they just have to take advantage of that stripe as that one rattles in. Get it down to 9 and get it 8. As I said, get a stop and maybe a 3-ball. It's a 5-point game. You're right back in it.
Martino has scored in double figures in all of their playoff games. Mentioned the 26 against Pocono Mountain West. That followed a 22-point effort against Whitehall. He had 9 threes in those 2 games.
Opportunity here for the Slaters. That's off of the Colonials, so they'll get another possession here. Next foul on the Colonial will put the Slaters in the 1-and-1. So everything's working for them right now.
Entry pass. Seth Benton couldn't convert.
It's a little bit out of control. And there's a steal, almost a steal. I correct myself, there is a steal.
Holland has the basketball. It was created by Martino. Defense has not been the problem for the Slaters tonight. They've more than held their own defensively. It has been, look at how hard it is to just turn and square to the basket.
A lot of pressure.
Martino shakes free for a three. It wouldn't fall.
Oh, I got a good look, though, and that was a nice set there by the Slaters. I know it was hard to get there, but Martino did a good job of relocating and getting a good look.
They made 4 of 6 in the first half from beyond the arc. They have not hit a three in this second half. We were talking about it during the break at halftime, Rich, that if they continue to get those looks at threes, they'll be all right. Credit to Plymouth Whitemarsh for making the adjustment and getting them off their marks.
I figured this might happen. They're going to make them come out and extend that matchup zone or go to straight up man-to-man.
Malone maneuvering. Rebound tipped up and controlled by Spencer.
Ashenfelter stayed with it. The 6'2 senior gets another opportunity. Go to the line, just banging those offensive boards, and Slaters just don't have an answer right now to stop the ability of the Colonials to continue to attack the glass and get multiple opportunities to score.
Dylan Benton picking up his third, team's 8th. You look at the initial defense tonight for Bangor, and it was great. And you look, most of the offense for Plymouth Whitemarsh has come in transition or second or multiple shot possessions.
Yeah, they really didn't do a good job of attacking that 2-3, so they threw them up there and just allowed their bigs to do the work and clean the glass, and they did a good job in that respect.
Ashenfelter averaging 6 points a game, team leader with 43s. He has 4 points tonight. Benton turning and attacking the basket. He just got Ahmad Williams out of position, who was disbelieving that the foul was called on him. It's his third. There's still time in this game. At 5:15.
Yeah, they just need to get a couple, again, make your foul shots now, get a stop, hit that 2 or 3, and you're right back in the thick of it.
Ben Holland reporting back in. Benton to the free throw line, 68% are on the season. Well, they're starting to leave too many points at that free throw line. Slater's not a great free throw shooting team at 61%. That's an area that, if it was a little better here tonight, could certainly serve them well. Malone muscling his way to the basket. Slaters wanted to travel.
There's where Malone can show his ability and athleticism to take the defender off the dribble, Mike, and going with his long 6'3", got good length, good extension, good body control. He'll get to the line, but he's been streaky at the foul line all season long. Sometimes he's solid, other times he struggles.
Malone converts on the second free throw. Extends the lead to 12.
Middle, it's there, but now a little late in getting it, but all right, nicely done. Nice,
what an effort there by Ashenfelter to negate a 2-point try for the Slaters.
That would have been big for the Slaters to catch 2 there and stay in the hunt here.
Malone able to check off. Ron Holland did not want to have to match up man on man, but that's where he's at right now, as you mentioned. And they will go to work. Slaters dodged one there. Reese Jones pulling down the rebound.
Need a score.
They haven't been able to create good looks for Reese Jones. School record 85 threes on the year for Jones, and I can't recall him even getting many looks at a three. Latito the personal foul, it's number 4. Isaiah Jones back in for the Slaters along with Ben Holland, Seth Benton, Anthony Chavon get a breather. Martino able to cash in on the first. More assists than anybody in the history of the game at Bangor, 383 and counting.
That gets both of them down again, a 10-point spread here. They need a little press set now by the Slater. A little 2-2-1 3/4 court zone press. Colonials go over the top of it with their size and length. They're able to do that.
Jones there to negate the try. Martino nearly had a steal out at midcourt. Two teams that entered tonight at 26-2.
Well,
10 turnovers against the Colonials.
Nice stop there on it. They need a bucket here, and they got it. They go to the scorer, Michael Martino. Does a nice job with the step back. Mike gets the 3-ball to fall. All of a sudden, it's a 7-point game with 3:40 left in this one. Don't count the Slaters out yet. Good job there getting Malone off of him by taking the bounce like he's going to the baseline. Then the step back 3, you'll see. Nice job of stepping back, knowing he's beyond the arc there. Buries the 3 and gets his team within 7.
Plenty of basketball still to come. Ridley and Parkland live tonight if you're watching this on a Wednesday evening, March 9th. Emmaus Reading, same night coverage at 9:30. And Elmer Myers and Camp Hill, Michael Martino.
Get a good look at Martino in action here, Mike. Nice job there of two-man game. Gets a little jumper working for him. I like the penetration. The young man is constantly attacking to score or to set up his teammates. Here again, he has Malone on him. We just saw this, the step back 3-ball. 1,000-point scorer, as you mentioned, Mike. Career record in assists and also setting, I think, a record in steals there at the Slaters basketball. Had a solid high school basketball career.
This year's seniors won 19 games in 2013, 17 more in 2014. Last year they were 20-6. This year 26-2, 82-21, and 3-time Colonial League champions.
Or the Slaters, Mike, were a fingertip away from an interception on that pass. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. They're going to spread him out. This is their delay to score, keeping Malone in the middle. He'll make the decision if and when he wants to go to the basket.
And it is right now, and he delivers. Once they get that defense spread out.
Very difficult to defend.
Malone now with 16. Jones in trouble, turned it over. Three minutes to go here in regulation. Malone checks off. Williams going hard to the basket. Well, I'll tell you, Bron Holland, I don't know where this game's going to go with 2:49. But one of the many things that he talked about was being physical with their guys when they went to the basket. They have executed a lot of the things that he wanted to have happen here tonight.
Yeah, they did not back down. They've been the aggressor on both ends. Unfortunately, the offense hasn't developed the way they wanted, but as far as attacking and being in the presence and knowing they have to compete, they've done a very good job.
I think he knew coming into this one that there would be times during the game that they might struggle on offense, and that is what has happened here in this second half. Offensive foul. Again, Colonial's just making life miserable for the Slaters at their offensive end.
In the second half, they really did a better job of just locking down on the defensive end. But there, prior to that, you see Reese Jones getting called for the charge, and 2:17 left, down 11.
Just 13 second half points for the Slaters. Led 26-23 at intermission.
Well, here's a team, Mike, though, that averaged 65 points on the season a game, and the Slaters have played them to the point where they just barely put up 50 now, and they'll probably put up a little bit more than that. And that's because, again, of the overall effort the Slaters put out there on the defensive end especially. Offense really didn't kick in that second half, but as far as the hustle and heart that they played on the defensive end, certainly is noted.
Slaters' first loss of the year came 11 games in, lost to Salisbury 51-47, then went on a 15-game winning streak. Victories over Saucon and Salisbury in the Colonial League tournament to capture the title. Mentioned their level of consistency and keeping track of what they've been able to do. Their last 4 games, they have had 17 field goals in each game. They hit 5 threes against CB East, had 7 against Parkland, 7 against Pocono Mountain West, so they have been very consistent. Andy Stevens Trojans waiting their turn here at the Geigel Complex. Ridley Parkland to follow at the conclusion of this one. .206 remaining. Colonials will have the basketball right underneath our vantage point and underneath their basket. Malone. That's pretty lethal.
Yeah, Malone with that size, Mike, 6'4", and then his ability to elevate over everybody. He's very smooth off the bounce. When he gets in the lane, knows how to finish.
Well, there's nobody in a maroon uniform that's going to be able to challenge that as well. Push on the Slaters as this one's starting to slip away from Bangor.
Good look at it.
Yeah, there's nobody there to challenge that.
He's got the ball well above the defender, and then he has a soft touch around the rim and is able to shoot. He's a lefty, but he's certainly capable of shooting with both hands.
Ashenfelter honorably mentioned in the Suburban 1 American Conference. Passes in on a pair. And point-wise, you would think Plymouth Whitemarsh now has enough. Just over a minute and a half to go. Holland gets it past midcourt. Holland forced to check off. Benton. Good job drawing some contact and a foul.
Good job with the step, again, the jump stop, and then working the up and under move. There you see the nice little dribble, right? Little pump fake, and he cross steps, good. Gets the defense on that up and under move, and as a result, draws the foul. Nice little move.
There's another thing that Coach Holland talked about. Use your secondary moves. Dylan Benton has some good ones. It's a team that certainly is going to miss Michael Martino, about 4 juniors in their starting lineup.
A nice core of veteran players next year that created a lot of conversation about how good these Slaters will be, how good they are this year, and how good they will be next year.
Josh Field, Cam Strohe, the other seniors. Well, Xavier Malone highlighted him in the open, and once they get this lead and they're able to pull Bangor out of that zone defense, look at how open that is in the middle. And as we talked about, Rich, he just knows with that length there's nobody inside there for the Slaters to challenge that shot.
Yeah, you really got to get to him before he gets there, and he's got a great first step, and I know Coach talks about his speed and his overall first step off the bounce is what gets him into the paint, and then his athleticism gets him to the glass.
Seth Benton has fouled out. 160-pound junior. Yeah, this guy really turned out to be the difference in that third quarter. Really created problems. With Tito, when they didn't score, he was there for a follow.
Yeah, they changed their offensive attack, as I said, in that second half. They really concentrated inside out rather than outside in.
First three of the second half for the Slaters. Anthony Chavone, his third of the game, had two at intermission. 24 on the season for Chavone, 26%er.
You see Ben Holland finding Chavone. Chavone again, having, as you mentioned, Mike, picked 2 threes up in the first, but able to, for the first time in the second half, get a good look, knock down the 3-ball.
Well, Anthony Chavone mentioned the hustle plays that he had in their win against CB East. He got right to work early in this one. He wasn't going to get shut out. Boy, then we mentioned how it was the penetration into the defense, swinging it around and identifying, look at how wide open he is there. And I give credit to Plymouth Whitemarsh. They did a better job in the second half of defending that.
Absolutely. Made an adjustment there on the defensive end, and we talked about the adjustment of the inside-outside attack on the offensive end against that zone, and that gave them the opportunity to get some really good looks.
Slaters played with an awful lot of confidence here tonight, and they have. Even in their district finals loss to Parkland, many felt they played a pretty good basketball game just against a better team on that night.
Yeah, they had a lot going against them, but they tried to neutralize it with their hustle and overall play. I'm talking about the Slaters now. They did a good job. Plymouth Whitemarsh knows they were in a basketball game. This was not an easy victory for them. I'm sure when they thought about being down at halftime, 26-23, I'm sure Coach had a few words of wisdom he wanted to share with them about what they had to do to get back in this basketball game. And then we'll give them credit for making all the necessary adjustments to keep Bangor at bay.
Couple of mates for Spencer, 14-point advantage for the Colonials. Holland hit that big 3 in the first half. This one off the mark. Colton Holland, 6'2" junior, in for the Slaters. Rousing round of applause and well-deserved for Bangor. Just not quite enough to get it over the top. And as you watch Michael Martino exit, one of the top careers in District 11 basketball. He will graduate Bangor High School as the school's second all-time leading scorer, and what a winner. And what a leader and a competitor under Bron Holland.
Bangor gave it a super effort tonight. They have to be proud of the fact that they earned the right to be here. They worked themselves into a position to get to the Sweet 16, and they're not going to walk away with a W, but they created, Mike, this season a tremendous amount of memories in regards to their overall play in league, districts, and now at the PIAA level.
Bangor Slaters going to be eliminated here tonight in the round of 16 as they wind it down. Bron Holland's Colonial League champions will see their season come to an end. School record 26 victories. They suffer their third defeat here tonight. 58-44 your final.
Do-it-yourself stores may be fine for garden hoses and 2x4s, but appliances?
Those guys may know these washers,
But Kleckner & Sons knows these washers.
and ranges, and refrigerators, and more. GE and GE Profile appliances are designed to reflect the modern approach to style, with clean lines and a streamlined look for today's kitchens. So for wood screws and wheelbarrows, go ahead, do it yourself. But for the right appliances at the right price,
Let Kleckner & Sons do it for you.
The name Duncan Auto Body is your assurance of a job done right. At Duncan Auto Body, we do more than fix cars. We help people. When you choose Duncan Auto Body, you're choosing someone you can trust, someone that will relieve your stress and do the job right, handling every detail, from the insurance to the repair to the perfect finish. We get you back on the road quickly with a smile on your face and a lifetime warranty in your pocket. Duncan Auto Body, Allentown and Quakertown. Quality, service, certified.
My insurance rates are probably going to double.
But Dad, you've got...
Allstate. With accident forgiveness, they guarantee your rates won't go up just because of an accident.
Smart kid.
Indeed. Ask an Allstate agent about accident forgiveness. Are you in good hands?
Please contact our team at the Pat Boyle Allstate Agency, serving the Lehigh Valley with all of your insurance needs.
Plymouth Whitemarsh, the state's fifth-ranked team, and the Slaters certainly had their attention here tonight, but Colonials a little too much down the stretch and win by 14. What an effort by Bangor as we start with Brown Holland and her group. And Rich, you and I talked about coming down here to the game, and we knew you were going to get that kind of effort from his team. They were fearless here tonight in opening up a 3-point lead at the half, but Colonials just too much in the second half.
Yeah, the Slaters did get the Colonials' attention in that first half, Mike. And give them credit. They did a good job to stay with them early in this basketball game and make it a game. I agree with you. The overall physical play of the Colonials and the overall talent on that side of the ledger favored the Colonials to continue their journey in their quest for the PIAA gold.
Plymouth Whitemarsh won this title in 2010. You got to like how hard they do play. They were frustrated a little bit in this first half, but made some nice adjustments.
Yeah, Malone and company. Malone's a very good player, but there's a lot of supporting cast there that can also do a good job on both ends of the court.
Going to take a look at Malone as well, and just, there was just a little bit too much of this. They dribble you into trouble, hard to square up, and he can just score from any place on the court.
Yeah, very talented young man. We mentioned Ryder recruit who'll be going there, and good decision making on his part. Like I said, he's a facilitator as well as a scorer, and once you get him in a one-on-one situation, he's very difficult to stop because of his length and his ability to softly shoot the basketball. Once he gets in that 2 or 3 foot area, has a very good touch around the basket.
He wound up with a game-high 20, 4 for Spencer, half dozen for Ashenfelter, 3 for Williams, 7 for Ahmad Williams. Amin had the 3, 2 for Burrell, and 16 for Latito. His 10 points in the third quarter were really a difference. For the Slaters, again, record-setting year, 26 victories, the most in school history. The final line will read 26-3, a pair for Isaiah Jones, 14 for the high-scoring Michael Martino. We certainly wish him well. 4 for Seth Benton. He'll be back. Ben Holland, 5. Really charged this place, particularly the Bangor Slater fans, with 5 points in that second quarter. Dylan Benton wound up with 9. Anthony Chavone with a dozen for their total of 44. Not quite enough for the Bangor Slaters as they fall. Plymouth Whitemarsh will now await the winner of Simon Gratz and Lancaster McCaskey. That's one of 2 here tonight, live from Reading High School. Parkland and Ridley as they try and clean this out and then bring in the Parkland and Ridley fans. We'll have it for you coming up live here in about 15 to 20 minutes. Donnie Long, our director and producer, for Rich Baxa. All of us here at TV2 Sports, I'm Mike Zambelli. Thanks for joining us tonight for the PIAA playoff. Back with Reading and more in about 15 minutes.